Hi, Marcus Ruiz Evans here at the site of the protest. I gotta say, it's incredible. It's been outstanding, okay? There were so many activists who said, don't go, don't do it, the worst is gonna happen. And I'm just gonna show you right now that Californians came out, okay? They believe that our democracy in America is under threat, and they wanted to make sure that every vote counts. That's why we're here. You cannot trust the government to handle this anymore at the federal level. So Californians, once again, have to step up, and they're doing it. I'm going to show you that right now.
Democracy counts.
Democracy counts. So here's some of our protesters. You don't have to say anything if you don't. You want to say anything? You don't have to.
Just protect the vote. Protect the vote.
Why are you here today?
I'm here because we have someone in office who is trying to destroy democracy, and I'm not going to let him.
That's right. That's right. And right there, those women crossing the street just walked by and started saluting this. Let me put my mask on so we can do this properly. I'm going to introduce you to some of the protesters right now. Would you like to say why you're here, sir? You don't have to at all.
I would love to. I am an elected official, and I am running in a race right now that's very highly contested. And I felt it was incumbent upon me to come out and show and be a citizen and show my support for what we represent as a country. It's win or lose, whatever side you're on, we have to believe in our democratic form of government and a transference of power peacefully.
Right.
So that's why I'm here. This is my representation.
Right.
I'm an American citizen.
Right.
And I'm here to show my support for what I believe in.
You heard it here. We're going to keep moving on. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Would you like to say why you're here? You don't have to. Did you recently celebrate a landmark event in your life?
Yes, I voted for the first time.
Oh,
First-time voter.
amazing.
All right.
And why are you here today? Why do you feel the need to be here?
Because every vote deserves to be counted, no matter who you are.
And are you legitimately concerned that there might be some mischief?
Yes.
Why are you here today?
Same. I've been concerned. I remain concerned, and I feel like as white people, it makes me sick to see how many people that look like me are voting for racism. You really can't put a prettier face on it at this point.
Yeah.
So I'm doing what I can to show up and be out here and hope things can change.
Spoken like a true Californian. You know, one of the things I want to point out is that it looks like Biden's going to win, and that's great. But it looks like he's going to win by the percentage of votes here in California, which means outside of California, a majority of the population liked the other guy. And in 2016, Hillary only won because of California, which means outside of California, a majority of the country liked the other guy. That's 2 elections in a row. Horrible. Let's move on. Let's move on. Thank you very much.
Won the popular vote.
Would you like to say why you're here, sir? You don't have to at all.
Well, mainly the rudeness and arrogance of him and his supporters, how they act at events and everything they do. Just, we don't do that to them, but they do it to us. They did it to us Sunday, and it's just not right.
So the people that follow Trump have some issues.
They just do, and they call themselves the American patriots, like they're the righteous ones, and they don't own this flag.
Sure.
They don't own this country, and the American people are not like the way they act.
Well, last time I saw this, I love the sentiment, but last time I saw it looked like 47% of Americans thought that way too. That's a big amount of America, right? Almost half?
It is.
Okay.
But we got a big fight.
Got a big fight. I want to capture a comment you were saying, sir. I think about the popular vote.
Well, yeah. Please keep in mind that 4 years ago, Hillary Clinton won the popular vote.
Right.
But the Electoral College and so forth, so of course, it was an upset win for Trump. But now the tables have turned, and it's going to be interesting. I'm not saying we've won, but I'm hopeful. I'm hopeful.
Is there
And-
any issue about 47 to 48% of the country saying that's our guy?
For me, no. That's just, it is what it is. Look, for 4 years, our president has divided us and been saying these outrageous things that are un-American, unpatriotic. And so that's why I'm here to show there are a lot of us that don't believe the rhetoric.
Right.
And we don't believe in hate.
Right.
And 4 years ago, I was out here in the Tower District
Yeah.
with a sign saying,
Yeah.
"Love trumps hate." That was
Right.
early on. That was
Yeah.
before the last election.
Yeah.
Meaning, and you know what the meaning is.
Yeah, no,
and,
I
and
get
so
it. I get it.
I don't buy into that. We find the worst. And well, he looks different than me. Look at him. He doesn't look like me. Well, I'm not a hater. I'm an American citizen. I love all Americans,
Right.
whatever they believe in. I just hope that we come together as a country and find a leader that is competent and cares about us. You know, 220,000 people have died from the COVID-19. And guess what? There was an immediate reaction from responsible citizens in our community. March 13th, Friday, we had an emergency board meeting to help with our students in the community college district. And I'm very proud of that.
That's excellent. That's excellent. Do you believe that Joe Biden is going to be able to pull that 48% that backed Trump to come to the side and be reasonable?
I believe that he's going to do it day by day with what he believes, his principles. And he said he's going to be an American president for Democrats, Republicans, independents, libertarians, all Americans, not just Democrats.
True. But when Joe Biden was asked by the media if he could reach out to Trump supporters, he literally said, probably not. What is that? Is that a good thing?
That's a political reality because the entrenched Trump supporters have been that regardless of what he's done for the past 4 years.
Yeah, because they represent America. America has always been this.
Thank you. That's
It's-
what I was looking for.
There's
What
a
did you
bunch
say?
of
right there,
liberals
man?
here saying, "Oh, make America the way it was again." America was founded. It was built by slaves. It was founded on people's pain and suffering, and it's never changed. We cannot change things until we let go of this. It's not a problem that can be fixed. We have to tear it down and build something new.
I agree.
You agree with the sentiment?
This is a revolution. This is a revolution, a soft revolution, a nonviolent one.
Of course.
And I think that this kind of thinking shows that we're not all locked into left and right and labels. I'm a moderate, but I've been a progressive all my life.
Yeah.
And so I'm going to follow. I always vote for the leader that I believe that represents my values and what I want for this country. So, you know, all politics are local. I start with my community. I start with my neighborhood, my local community, and then my county, my state, etc. And I think if we all did that, it would be better. And
Right
but
on.
we do have to get away from the old, trying to go back to the good old days.
Right.
They weren't so good for a lot of people.
Exactly. They weren't. I lived through the 90s. I'll be dead before we go back. Thanks. I'm going to hit a couple other
Thank you.
people. I'll
You're
circle back
wonderful.
around. Okay, so we're going to keep it going. Hey, you are here today. Would you like to say anything on camera? You don't have to at all.
Yeah. We want democracy back. We want all votes counted. I don't care if they're a month late or whatever it is. They all have to be counted. That's the American way. And we have to restore democracy in this country and restore equity and equality for all. These things are not right the way that they are. And to have this administration in there running with no checks, no balances, and sit there and say that they're law and order, they're definitely the complete opposite. And this is coming from a former conservative.
I'm a former conservative too. I left because of the racism in 2014.
Amen. I left this
Yeah.
year.
Okay, well, hey,
6 months
congrats.
ago. Congrats, yes.
You know, there are some of us that were conservatives and we left because the bigotry was just off the charts. You lost us. Like I told Laura Ingraham, you lost us. Your fault. You're racist.
Yes.
Thank you. I'm going to interview a couple more people, okay? I'll swing back around. Hi.
Hello, I'm going to skip the interviews, but
Okay,
I'm happy to be here.
okay.
Go on to the next person.
Would you like to say anything on camera? You don't have to.
Yeah, you know, what's more American than counting votes? I can't believe our president is saying we shouldn't count the damn votes. What?
So you feel that this is a real potential threat that we have to worry about the votes actually being counted.
He has said he's going to the Supreme Court to get the votes. He has people chanting, "Stop counting, stop counting." This is no threat. This is happening, and if you're not paying attention to it, you better start. Okay?
My man, my dog. Okay, let's keep it going. Now look at that sign. That's bigot right there. So, sir, why are you here today? Why do you think we need to be here? You don't have to say anything if you don't want to.
I just believe that every vote should be counted. If we don't have integrity with elections, we don't have anything in our country anymore. And we have to protect our rights to vote and our rights to have our vote counted.
Thank you. Hey, we met our first Trump supporter. He ran off quickly, like Trump supporters do when they actually meet a bunch of liberals. Cowards. That's what I call Trump supporters. So, hi. Why are you here today? You don't have to say anything if you don't want to.
Oh, because I believe in democracy.
Do you feel that's actually under threat and this isn't an overblown fear? Like we really need to actually worry about no hijinks and chaos?
Yes, we need to. I mean, voting is an American right.
Yes.
So I don't know why there's a big deal about not counting every vote. They've done it in the past. Why can't they do it now? So nothing's changed. We just want to maintain our democracy.
That's right. That's right. Why is that such a big radical concept? Well, now the basic rights we used to expect for granted are under threat and we have to fight.
This is what everybody has died for. So I don't see what the big deal is. It's been in the past, it's going to be in the future, and this is how it should always be, regardless of who gets in. So.
That's something I heard is that people were saying, look, if Trump won the election, then fine, but no hijinks. Have a legitimate democratic election without people talking about let's rig the courts and discount ballots. People are mostly here about ensuring that things work the way they're supposed to. That's what I've seen, personal observation.
And for all he knows, he could win. So, he should just let everybody count the votes. So, it's just common sense.
Common sense. I'll come back around.
Thank you.
Hi. Why are you here today? You don't have to say anything.
Hello. I think every vote should be counted. I don't think we should stop counting the votes. Like you said earlier, we need to have a fair election. And that's why I'm here.
That was a car honking in support. They must have heard what you said.
Yep.
That's it. Okay, we're going to come back around. Okay. Hi. Why are you here today? You don't have to say anything if you don't want to.
Yeah, so I'm here today to make sure that all the votes are counted. I know Trump is very unpredictable, but we're a little afraid that he's going to try to make things stop. But so we just want everyone's vote to be cast and vote counted, of course.
Do you think it's a legitimate concern? I'm not saying it's definitely there, but this is not an overblown concern that they might have hijinks. We actually have to worry about, do we live in a country where the elections are going to go normally?
I believe they will go as usual, but it's just with Trump, we never know what's going to happen. Yeah, but I feel like all the votes should be counted and the results will be there.
That's the third person. That's the third liberal that I've heard say, look, if Trump wins, then he wins, but we're here to make sure that the democracy and election process happens the way it's supposed to, and that man and his followers have routinely said they're not going to do it. So that's why we're here. We're scared. Is that a fair summary?
Sure, yes.
Okay, right on.